about the developmental impact of AI, we must keep it in mind that AI is currently a sort of developmental wildcard. AI's development is currently impacted by the matter of the choices that we make and not the technology alone. So the outcomes currently depend on how we design, govern, and deploy it. If you're just passive on how the technology evolves, we risk that AI will just be mirroring and amplifying existing inequalities, such as biased data and unequal access to the tools, unless we have an active role with intentionally correcting them. For this, we should aim to provide policy choices that shape AI impact and counter a techno-determinism that just says that AI will be these certain ways. At the same time, we should aim to augment human potential and building a complementary economy that leverages AI technology to the benefit of people and not the other way around. And this requires, of course, that we invest in innovation with intent. Now, when we talk about innovation, what is it and what is it not? So, innovation, of course, is not just a buzzword. It involves a new or improved product or services that needs to be implemented and bring to the market. It is not the same as an invention, which is an idea that is not yet implemented, nor basic research, which is a sort of discovery without application. But innovation must solve a real problem in use and is judged by how it is implemented and generating value for the people and not simply on its novelty. An innovation can be new even for your own company or your own economy or in your own school. Now, innovation on itself is not just an eureka moment or a good idea, but in fact there are many processes for how can we implement and generate innovation. One of this is called design thinking, which in summary have 5 different stages on how to build this sort of AI innovations. First, we must think about how to empathize with the users, to understand the specific challenges and the needs and what sort of ways that AI can address those needs. Then we should think about how to define and create a clear framing of the problem statements grounded in those needs of the users. Then we can ideate, create brainstorming of ideas on how we can use AI to solve the specific issues, focusing always on the human needs first. Then we should build prototypes, testing these ideas and seeing what can work in a minimal way. And the final stage is to testing it. Then looking on how to generate this idea. Now, when we talk about AI innovation, there are 3 key enablers that will allow AI innovation to happen. The first one is to keep in mind the data that is used for training these models. Importantly, that this data be as much as possible representative, open, and high quality, right? It should include context of local languages, potentially even for minority groups or rural contexts, using this data governance as well to preserve the rights. The second enabler concerns computing infrastructure. Those will be the supercomputers that will enable the AI models to be trained and deployed. It's very important that we consider cloud and the access to these computers, as well as the use of efficiency models and considering green and shared resources. The third enabler will be the skills and the talent. This is related to the capabilities of those who are training, developing these models, and also implementing, and requires both the technical skills as well as the domain expertise and ethical literacy to create inclusive and AI innovation. Now, the intent also matters a lot into this process for inclusive AI innovation. One must keep it in mind that AI does not have consciousness or intention on itself, right? And as such, all moral responsibility lies on the humans who design it, deployed it, and using it. In this way, keeping in mind the principle of right intention, in terms of cultivating wholesome intentions, is at the core of responsible AI practice. This will be using AI in ways to renounce greed or promote the goodwill and harmlessness into this process, keeping this as the starting point for responsible AI innovation. So when considering AI innovation for the social good, one must keeping in mind certain alignments, such as thinking how AI could help to promote the sustainable development goals and bring public benefits with compassionate aims, considering terms of health, education, livelihoods, environment, and accessibility. Practicing the design of AI with the user well-being and dignity in mind. considering prioritizing use cases that reduce suffering, such as healthcare triage and assistant technology. When looking for inclusive AI innovation, one can think about AI uses that can promote the social good, considering how could AI be useful for the advance in the Sustainable Development Goals, for instance, looking for AI applications that promote the public benefit and even compassionate aims for AI, taking in sectors such as healthcare, education, livelihoods, environment, and even accessibility. AI applications can be useful to promote loving kindness, designing for users' well-being and dignity. We can also think about AI with a compassionate lens, thinking of use cases that reduce suffering, such as healthcare triage and assistive technology, having compassion as well at those that might lose or need a job being displaced. How can we provide solutions to them? We must think about having sympathetic joy as well for those that are using AI, promoting an environment of collaboration, and we all grow together and finding good applications for it. And also having a certain equanimity, avoiding favoritisms, maintaining fairness and balanced use of AI. These are important ways that we can keep the intention alive for responsible AI. Thinking principles such as non-harm and avoiding taking what's not given, it means protecting privacy laws and also the intellectual property. Promoting AI that fosters right communication and conduct, that fosters good social environment and promoting kind speech. When looking at practical directions for AI innovation for the social good, try to adopt principles such as privacy by design or fairness by design, using green technologies by design, and keeping in mind always explainability for impactful decisions and maintaining human oversight formalized. Also keeping in mind potential benefit sharings of your solutions. Outcomes could generate open data sets and open source models when feasible. Considering providing affordable access to your solutions and building local capacity building, and also measuring distribution and benefits across groups. Now, to help us consider how to apply an inclusive lens to innovation, certain guidelines and frameworks that are available. For instance, the ESCAP Guidelines for Inclusive Technology Innovation Policies for Sustainable Development has 4 different dimensions which invite us to think how can we make innovation more inclusive, also applied to the AI. The first of these dimensions is related to the overall objectives of innovation. It is important to keep it in mind. Does this innovation has a sole goal of providing profit and GDP growth, or are we also considering societal benefits where the innovation can provide? The second dimension concerns the direction of the innovation. On this, you must think who's benefit from the AI innovation you're trying to create, considering if you're trying to address as well potentially specific societal challenges and needs, as well as supporting innovation addressing particular needs of excluded groups. The third dimension concerns the participation in innovation. Who's participating in this innovation? We must consider how can we try to improve the participation of underrepresented and excluded groups into the innovation process. Are certain measures to increase participation of disadvantages and lagging regions and districts in the innovation process? Are there measures to promote innovation in low productivity and low innovation sectors? Are we enabling the civil society and the social economy to also be part of the innovation process? Finally, the fourth dimension relates to the governance of innovation. Who's setting the priorities and are the benefits being shared and the risks as well? So we must consider what sort of measures are there to broaden the participation in the priority settings and who are in those meetings where the priorities are set, as diverse voices bring different perspectives onto it. We must consider if there is broader participation in the regulation of the innovation as well, so all the groups that are concerned have a voice on it and provide their own inputs. Then we must think about measures to mitigate the risks of the innovation, so to ensure that societal risks. Next, we must also consider measures to mitigate the risks and to promote the fair distribution of the benefits of innovation, right? As innovation requires a social engagement to it, it is important that we must consider measures as well to mitigate the risks of innovation, as well as to promoting the fair distribution of the benefits in a way that AI could then truly benefit society and avoid causing specific harms to specific groups. In conclusion, When we think about inclusive AI innovation, we can consider beyond just the direct economic benefits. As the technology evolves and the potentiality is so great, we can think about AI benefits for society as well, and making a more participatory process, and sharing benefits and addressing the risks fairly, so for the benefit of the whole society and for the social good.